So you're thinking of moving to Toronto. Well, in this video, I'm going to cover three of my favorite areas. It's North York and Etobicoke, which I lived in both areas for many years, and of course the downtown core, which I did go to Ryerson University, also known as the Toronto Metropolitan University. In this video, I'm going to take a deep dive. I'm going to share my screen, pull up the map, show you guys what all the amenities are in these areas, the different transit options, the cost of living, the quality of life, the different house types, so you can have more informed information on what it's like living in these areas. If you're new to my channel, be sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be informed with all things living in Toronto. My name's Tish Schoberg, and I'm a licensed real estate agent in the Toronto and surrounding areas. I've lived in Toronto for over 20 plus years, and whether you're looking to move in the next 9 days or 90 days, feel free to reach out. We'd love to help. We get calls, emails, phone calls from viewers just like you looking to learn more about what it's like living in Toronto. So if that's you, be sure to reach out. My contact information is in the description and is also in the first comment of this video.
First, let's talk about the downtown Toronto core, and I do want to expand this so you could see how close the amenities and stores are to those that live in the downtown core. And I'm very familiar with the downtown area, have went to school in Toronto, downtown, right at Ryerson University for 4 years. So very familiar, but really wanted to show you guys a little bit more of what you can expect right smack in the downtown area. So okay, this is pretty good. Yeah, so you have the University of Toronto, you have the CN Tower, Fashion District, Little Italy, Cabbagetown, Royal Ontario Museum. So just a lot of different amenities in the core area and just a ton of different transit options, shopping, stores. We can get a little bit more granular as well. Look at that. Look how much stuff there is down there, guys. Like, it's crazy. So this is right where Ryerson University is. It's actually now called the Toronto Metropolitan University. You have the hospital for sick children right there. You have Mount Sinai Hospital. You have Eaton Center that's not too far from here as well, right at Yonge and Dundas. You have a ton of different restaurants. You have Food Basics. You have Fresh Go. Like, there's just so many different shopping options and markets and things to take advantage of. You have school here, another Fresh Go. So just a ton of Bell Trinity Square, Toronto City Hall, Nathan Phillips Square, Sheraton Center, Museum of Illusions. We also have the Hockey Hall of Fame, the Union Station. So this is a huge GO station that connects to different GO stations across the country. So really easy to commute in and out of Toronto from there. There's the Ripley's Believe It or Not Aquarium that's also in the downtown core. Of course, we have HomeSense. I love HomeSense. I used to work there a while ago before I was a realtor, by the way. Yeah, I worked at HomeSense for 2 years in the downtown Toronto core. Okay. So, one thing to love about the downtown Toronto area is that you can pretty much walk everywhere. You have the financial district, entertainment district, lots of new condos. There are some low rises in the downtown Toronto core, like townhouses, semis, and detached homes, but there's primarily a ton more condos. That's what the downtown core is very well known for. There's lots of transit options. So you do have the QEW, which I want to show you here. The good thing about the Toronto core is, like, yeah, you have the QEW that's right there. The 401 is at the top, so it doesn't really cross into the downtown core. That's at, like, the northern Toronto, so that's the 401. So it doesn't touch the downtown core. but there isn't a 407 option in the downtown Toronto area. So it's very much, if you need the highway to get in and out of the city, you know, the QW is going to be it for you. But you do have GO Station, you have the TTC, so that's the local Toronto Transit. You have, there's subways, there's streetcars, there's buses that you can take. There's Uber and taxis, so lots of different transit options. And there's also the option of biking, either by your motorcycle or just a two-wheeler, like normal bike, or just, casually driving, right? The downtown core does have more expensive housing. So condo prices, you're looking at anywhere between 1,000 to upwards of 2,000 per square feet for a condo in the downtown Toronto core. All depends. And there are homes that are as small as like a studio or bachelor up to 3-bedroom penthouse condos. Of course, you do have your townhouse and detached homes in the downtown core, but you have to remember, because the real estate space in the downtown core is so expensive, you're not going to get that much bang for your buck in the downtown core for a townhouse or detached. So a lot of people who are looking for a low-rise property in the Toronto area tend to go to neighboring areas, like North York or Etobicoke or East York, Scarborough area, or the west end of Toronto, right? Because you're just going to get so much more bang for your buck, and also so much more land. A few other things to consider is that there are nice luxury areas within the Toronto area, right? So you do have a good mix of areas like Yorkville, really desirable, full of high-end shops and restaurants, just a really great area. And then you also have some more challenging areas like Regent Park that are a little bit more up and coming, although it is going through some revitalization. The Toronto area is quite diverse when it comes to the downtown core. So kind of knowing, what best suits you and your family needs is really important. Then we have North York. So let's get into North York. So I absolutely love North York. I lived in North York for many different years. Let's kind of zoom in. So you'll see that there are still a ton of different restaurants and shops and stuff in the North York area, but it's not as dense and as amenity rich as the downtown core. So a lot of people who live in North York do take public transit, but there's also, I would say most people do own a vehicle. Okay, we still have the TTC, your Ubers, your taxis, but it's just because there's not so much different amenities that are within walking distance, people more so rely on their vehicles in the North York area, if that makes sense. But you do have a good mix of low-rise homes, like townhouses, detached, and bungalows. There's not as much condos as the downtown core, but you do have so much more space, right? That's where we get into having like more backyard space, more house space. So there's so much to love about the North York area. We have some of the top-rated schools in the North York region, and it's a really great, well-connected city that's really close, or connected region of the city that's really close to the 401 as well. Then we have Etobicoke. So I've lived in Etobicoke as well for many years. I just want to expand on Etobicoke. Yeah, so Etobicoke is, again, very close to the downtown Toronto core. It's west of the downtown Toronto area. Very desirable area. Again, people love the Etobicoke area because of how close you are to the west end of the region and the downtown core. So it's a good mix. Like, you're really close to like Mississauga, Oakville, and also really close to the downtown core. Etobicoke also has several different master plan communities. A lot of new condo projects are happening in the Islington and Queensway area. You also have quite a few different amenities, but again, not as amenity rich as the downtown core. You also have close proximity to the Toronto Pearson Airport. So for those that are looking to, work in at the Pearson Airport, it's really close to there. I'm trying to see where it is from here, but yeah, like you could literally drive, depending on where you are in Etobicoke, um, to the Pearson Airport. Super close. There it is. Yeah, so that's how close it is to the Pearson Airport. Just need to expand a little bit. So if you're in like North Etobicoke area, like Centennial, Westine area, East Mall, West Mall, like you are so close to the Pearson Airport, you can literally get there within 10 minutes. Whereas if you're South Etobicoke, close to Elderwood, New Toronto, Mimico, then it might take you a little bit longer to get there. You do have the 427 as well as the QEW within the Etobicoke region. You also have a ton of different homes with Lakeview access. I mean, you also can have Lakeview access in North York and downtown Toronto as well. But Etobicoke is really famous for having those condos that have those stunning city and like downtown city views, as well as the Etobicoke views. And as well as the Etobicoke lake views, or the water lake views, I should say. Etobicoke, you can also get away with living there without a car. However, a lot of people who do live there tend to rely on public transit, and that's more so like the TTC, or they do own a vehicle. So that's kind of the breakdown of those three areas that I really wanted to touch on. But again, if you want more information on the top neighborhoods in Toronto, be sure to watch my other video here after watching this one. So let's talk about Toronto's rental prices. So the average one bedroom in Toronto rents for $2,417, while the average two bedroom rents for $3,212. Now let's talk about the price of homes in Toronto. So the average price of a home in Toronto is $1.128 million, while the average price of a single family home, also known as a detached home, is at $1.3637 million. Then you have the average price of a townhouse in Toronto that goes for $824,600. And then the average price of a condo is at $695,500. So when we're looking at these different prices, if you're looking for a condo in Etobicoke or North York, it's definitely going to be more affordable than the downtown core. Same with the townhouse or semi. While as a detached home, depending on size and location within the regions of Etobicoke and the downtown core or North York, it varies tremendously. Like you can have like an 1,800 square foot detached home in Regent Park of downtown Toronto, that's more affordable than a home that's a detached that's 3,000 square feet in North York, Toronto, right? So the prices vary considerably. So if you do want more information on home prices in Toronto, be sure to reach out. I'd love to help.